is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the FIU Panthers, just outside of Miami and Pit Bull Stadium. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on a team from Conference USA, the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. FIU will kick it off to get things underway. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. So Illinois' offense takes the field. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups, high-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your record is. This offense comes out, and they are trying to embarrass you.
Well, the good thing is for this defense, it's been talked about all week, right? Like, you're not good enough. This is a high-powered offense. Like, the players' attention are fully caught, right? They know exactly what they're going against. Let's see if some emotion and adrenaline can really play a factor, and they play better than they have all year.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Fires to the big fella. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So FIU's offense will go to work for the first time today. And, David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. The throw. Catch in the middle. It's Perry. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Dawson. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job on the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Right on the money.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. They're going to run it. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
FIU will line up to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking to pass. It's Altmaier. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it from the gun. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Clement. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. You're going to make it that easy for us.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Good timing on the quick out. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. They stopped him cold in the backfield, and all he needed was inches on 3rd down.
I think the offense was hoping the defense would be expecting inside runs, so they toss it trying to use the speed to get to the outside, but the defense didn't bite. They were there to make a negative play and now set up 4th down.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. From the shotgun, the inside give. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Altmaier. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
2nd down coming up. Back to pass. They're working that left side. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Clement.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, and it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Clement. Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
Down to 2 minutes to play, we'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Just keep slinging it. Snagged in the middle. It's Arkin. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up with a 1st and goal.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Made it harder on themselves on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 9. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Back to pass, it's Altmaier. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Illinois! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Makes the grab. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
The Panthers will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Bringing the heat. Finding an escape route. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Makes the grab over the middle. Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So now on comes the field goal unit. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. Content to run out the clock, the quarterback takes a knee. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Miami. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ricardo Silva Stadium.
Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Scanning the field, it's Jenkins. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Perry. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the Panthers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Fires to the tight end. Gets away from one, finds some space. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Using his legs, it's Owens. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Payne. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
FIU set up with another first down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a first down for FIU.
Well, I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
Back to throw, it's Jenkins. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
This quarterback showing a lot of resiliency here on this drive because first down he got sacked, second in California, he's able to scramble, and while he didn't get the first down, he's able to get a little bit of it back, and he's made this third down manageable now. Let's see if he can make another play here and keep his offense on the field.
Wants to throw for it on third and goal. Touchdown, Florida International! And that one will give him the lead.
Love the quick decision-making by back. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Looking for a man. It's Altmaier. Makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Illinois needs a big play here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Give to the running back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Looking to scramble. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. Sometimes you think you've got a free play, and then you mess it up with a negative one.
Yeah, and I get the aggressiveness. 3rd and inches, you know you can go for it on 4th down, but the defense wasn't fooled. They were ready, got the big sack, and now 4th down becomes a little more interesting.
FIU will line up to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Clement. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fakes to grab. Tackle is made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the 1st down.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Starts the drive, trying to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Dixon. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll keep it himself. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And how about that on 3rd and long? I think everybody in this place thinking pass, right? Drop back and play pass. Well, who has the quarterback? Like, a lot of times in these man-to-man, 3rd down and long situations, nobody has him. Look at that. Runs the option to perfection, keeps the football, and gets the first down.
Quickly complete. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. To throw, it's Altmaier. Got his man quickly. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's got the back in the middle. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Arkin. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? It just feels like every time this QB has thrown the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
And this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Throws toward the end zone. He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Finds his big tight end. They will score! Touchdown, Fighting Illini!
Man, that drive right there is what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
Big extra point coming. It would give them the lead late. And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the 4th. And now we are set up for quite a finish. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Back open in the middle. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Unloads to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. The line of scrimmage is the 34. That means a 51-yard field goal attempt with a chance to win the game. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Celebration erupts on the sideline as they take the lead in the final seconds. That last field goal looks like the game winner if they can keep them from getting in field goal range here right at the end. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were